some other stuff I wanted to get to specifically about what we know as according to the assassination and the shooter. There's been a lot of information out there online that's unsubstantiated or unconfirmed. So I was going to go through the things that we have that we are absolutely certain of. And I'm going to give you a timeline of events. And I kind of stole this, at least some of it in part. But I also added in a few things of my own that I had accumulated. Now, the first thing I want to talk about was what happened on the day of the shooting and what we know about the shooter. Obviously, everyone by now knows the name of the shooter is Tyler Robinson. I don't even like to say his name, but that's the guy's name. That's the man who assassinated Charlie Kirk. On the morning of September 10th, he was caught on a Ring camera at 8:07 in a particular set of clothing. And later on, he came back across the same Ring camera in a different set of clothing, and he was actually limping. Now, this limping, everyone believes at this point that limping was due to the fact that he had that Mauser 98 down his pant leg. So since he could not fold his leg, he couldn't bend his leg, he had to walk with what looked like a limp or a gimp. So that was at 11:51 a.m. At 12:15 a.m. to 12:22 a.m., he had made it to the top of the building. Now, sometime between 11:51 a.m. and 12:15 a.m., or excuse me, 12:15 p.m., not a.m., 12:15 p.m., he had supposedly went and disassembled the rifle so that he could carry it up to the top of the building. And then once he got onto the roof, it is assumed, now this is not definitive, it is assumed that he reassembled the rifle. So that we don't have any absolute evidence as to him disassembling and reassembling his rifle. He carried it over there in the form that it would be in at the time he shot Charlie Kirk. So it's speculation to believe that. But either way, at 12:22, he was in his station and he was prepared to take the shot, which happened at 12:23. So at 12:23, Charlie Kirk was shot. And immediately after he was shot, he was taken to the hospital and they tried to save his life. But if you actually watch the videos that were online, as I did, as soon as I heard that he was shot, I immediately started to research it. And the students that were there had already posted on Instagram unedited videos of the assassination. So I saw it in full from multiple different angles. And it's not something that I want to remember, but it's something that is extremely potent in my mind that helps me to remember this, that you never know which day is your last. And if you're out there speaking the truth, there are plenty of people out there that will shoot you to stop you from doing it. And it just so happened that on that day, it happened to Charlie Kirk. Now, from there on, we have about 12:24. We have video camera footage from the college showing that the shooter, Tyler Robinson, climbed over and off the side of the building, dropped down, and it looked like he had the gun wrapped up in some kind of a towel. And as he dropped off of the building, you could see the gun fall with him. Now, you can't ever actually see the gun. You can just see something that's hard and long that's inside of a towel or inside of some kind of wrapped up or blanket. But it said that when they found that it was a towel, so again, I'm speaking as the evidence that we've been presented with. This is not definitive. This is just what we know, that it looks like a towel. And that's what they said they found it in. So later on that day, about 6 o'clock, we see him at a Dairy Queen. He's in a different set of clothing at this point. Now, from there on, we don't have any evidence as to where he was during that period of time, but we know that on September 11th at 8 p.m. at his parents' house is when he surrendered to the authorities. As far as the text messages go between himself and his roommate, they have been verified that the text messages exist. Whether they were staged or not is not known. Also, it was reported that the family was on site, and I had believed this, and I had actually mentioned it, but that is not true. Erica and the children were not on site. I believe they were at a hotel. They were somewhere else near that area, but they were not actually on the site at Utah University, and they did not witness Charlie Kirk being assassinated, and I thank God for that, because I really, really, really was upset thinking about this little girl running towards her father, which was presented and definitely passed around.